So you're thinking about moving to Nixa, Missouri and becoming my neighbor. Listen, I grew up here my entire life. I briefly moved away for the past 4 years, but literally just moved into a new house in the past couple of days. And let me tell you, it's a great place to live. However, there are some things that you must keep in mind if you're thinking about moving to Nixa. Now, here are the pros and cons of living in Nixa, Missouri. Make me a deal. If you get any value or information out of today's video, hit that like and subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. My name is Greyson Roberts, a realtor in the greater Springfield, Missouri area. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest with the best, baby, you know who to call. And also, Boss Properties is proud to announce their continued sponsorship partnership with Webull, our favorite online stock brokerage. If you would like 6 free stocks, all you got to do is click the link in the description and follow the instructions. Now, let's talk about moving to Nixa. Let's start with the cons. A lot of these lists like to go from the pros and then end on a negative note, but we like to do cons first and end on a higher note with the pros. Now, the first con of Nixa, Missouri is there's just not a whole lot to do. Honestly, the nightlife is slim to none. There's just not a whole lot going on here in Nixa. It's quiet, it's safe, it's family friendly, and that's kind of one of the good things. So depending on who you are, this could be a pro or a con. Not a lot of, or really hardly any bars at all in the city. However, we are 10 to 20 minutes from Springfield and 10 to 20 minutes from Ozark. And, between those, we've got mills, we've got aquariums, Bass Pro Shops, dine-in movie theaters, golfs, aquariums, bowling, anything that you would want to do. In 30 minutes just south of Nixa is Branson, world famous Branson, Missouri, with all sorts of live entertainment, great restaurants, world famous Silver Dollar City, and of course, Whitewater. There's beautiful places to play golf like Top of the Rock. There's a lot to do around Nixa. It's awesomely centrally located, but as in, driving 5 minutes and finding something to do is going to be pretty difficult. The second con is, since Nixa is not that big of a city and there's not that much to do, a lot of the essential stores are simply reserved for Springfield or Ozark. We don't have a Home Depot, an Office Depot. We don't have a Lowe's. We don't have a movie theater. We don't have a Target. We don't have a shopping mall. We don't even have a daggum Chick-fil-A, although we did just get a Popeyes. But like I said, Springfield and Ozark combined, 10 to 20 minutes away, has everything you need, but Nixa just unfortunately doesn't. The third con about moving to Nixa, Missouri is a pretty miserable downtown, even compared to Ozark, the next most comparable to quality and size and pricing and everything to Nixa would be Ozark, and even their downtown is much nicer. Obviously, Springfield, a city of about 200,000 people, has a real downtown with tall buildings, including Hammond's Tower and Hammond's Field, the baseball field. Nixa is rapidly expanding down the highway, so there's all sorts of new restaurants and medical facilities and all sorts of great quality of life improvements going right down 160, but downtown, they're working on it. They got a couple cute cafes, but you can literally spit in any direction in the intersection of downtown, and that's it. You can spit to any business, and it's nothing to write home about. Number 4 is it's not a great place to rent because there's not a lot of rentals, a lot of owners in Nixa. The rental market, and in combination of simply Nixa being one of the best places to live in Southwest Missouri, rental prices are higher than Springfield. Springfield has tons of multifamily properties, but if you're looking to rent a 2,000 square foot pretty, basic starter home, it's going to cost you about $2,000 a month at least, which is pretty wild. Although they are building all sorts of new apartments, so maybe the lower end of the renter scale will have some better luck, and that will lower rental prices and kind of put an ease on that demand, because supply and demand at the end of the day is what causes the rental prices in Nixa, and people would love to go to Nixa for the best school district, some of the best in the world, especially in the state. It's just simply that there's not enough rental properties. Now, ending on a high note, let's move to the pros. Now, this is kind of backwards to what I just said, but the first one is low cost of living. Yes, rental prices are higher than Springfield because it's just a better place to live, and there is less supply of quality rental houses and apartments. However, that doesn't mean that the cost of living or rental prices or home prices are expensive. It's all about perspective. Although it is more expensive than Springfield, Nixa's cost of living is 6% less than the national average, and housing is 11% cheaper across the board than the national average. So yeah, a little bit more expensive to comparative towns, but still dirt cheap compared nationally. The second pro is there is virtually no traffic. I mean, if you're coming from a small town like Ava, Missouri, then the traffic at rush hour is going to seem bad. But if you're coming from places like LA or even Springfield, where I used to live, then the traffic is going to feel non existent. Most people live in Nixa and work in Springfield. So a lot of the congestion is up more north towards Springfield. So if you run into traffic, it's going to be because you're trying to buzz around at rush hour, morning or evening in Springfield. But as far as Nixa goes, I can hop in my car 5 o'clock and zip across town, no problem. I love having no traffic. Number 3 is pretty simple and quick, but plenty of restaurants at lots of price points. You got lots of Chinese options, American food options, Japanese steakhouse options, barbecue. You've got Mexican options. You got lots of awesome food here. And like I said, for a good price. Number 4 is a convenient location. We already talked about how Nixa doesn't have a whole lot to do. However, like I said, it is awesomely located right in between Ozark, Springfield, and Branson. So between all of those, we've already talked about it, there is lots of stuff to do, lots of great things to do that people travel far and wide, worldwide, to come experience, including one of the most beautiful lakes, in my opinion, in the world, Table Rock Lake, in which I spend a good chunk of my summers. Now, last but certainly not least is number 5, and that is simply the friendliness of the city. You know, you go into Nixa, you feel this warm, small, polite, smiley hometown vibe, especially compared to Springfield. That's not saying that Springfield is not a friendly place, but Nixa just puts off this kind of everybody knows everybody, even though they don't vibe. Open door, welcome your neighbor in type of deal. I just moved into this neighborhood and I was moving stuff in, and the neighbor came over and shook my hand. He's a nice family guy, and it's just really friendly. You're in Springfield and you'll see on every intersection beggars lined up around, they're posted up on their 4 spots at the intersection. But Nixa, you never see homeless people. It's just a nice, safe, quiet, reliable place to live. And that's why I love it. And that's why I think you would love it too. There you have it, my personal pros and cons of living in Nixa, Missouri. If you are looking to relocate here, buy, sell, or invest in the area, reach out to me at 417-501-4660 or send me an email at graysonroberts@kw.com. Don't forget to pick up your free stocks, which is linked in the description. And until the next video, have a good one. Well, I guess you can have a good one in between now and the next video. Enjoy the rest of your day.